Hey, this is WhyBeAre with BeamNG.drive, and today we're going to be taking a look at a Spikestrip. And I know I did a video for a Spikestrip in the past, but this one is a totally different mod that's much easier to use because for this one, all you have to do is spawn it up and there you go, you have a Spikestrip. Now this is the only configuration option available. There are no parts in the parts menu, and this is the only color that it works in. So what you see is what you get. And you'll notice the Spikestrip setup where in one direction it'll pop the tires and in the other direction it won't. And for the most part, that works. Every now and then you'll pop the tires going over the safe direction, and every now and then you won't pop the tires going over the unsafe direction though. We'll start off by going over the Spikestrip on the safe side and hopefully nothing will pop. Good. And then we're going to drive just a little bit, do a quick 180 and then drive over it the unsafe side and hopefully some tires will pop. So I gotta be a little careful through there because it's a corner, and then perfect. That is exactly how it's supposed to work. So right here, ended up just popping the right tires, which in a way makes sense because I was leaning in hard to the right because I was churning to the left. So it caused a lot of the weight to be on just those tires. So those tires were the ones that happened to pop. Now you see the car can still drive, but its driving capabilities have been severely limited, and just going up this hill, for example, is a struggle for the car. But it can do it eventually if you have the patience. I don't, so we're gonna just throw it into the trees and then reset it. Now as for the Spikestrip, it held its shape pretty well, has a little bit of a lift right there in the middle, but to fix that it's really easy. All you do is just kind of grab the corner of it and then boom, it's sitting flat again, and it is ready to go for another round, and it should work perfectly fine after you get it flat again. So there we go, going over it like that. Worked perfect. And then we'll try going over it in the other direction and see if it can still grab the tires. So let's make sure that this works. Perfect. And that time it really grabbed the truck. And I noticed if it's not sitting perfectly flat, it grabs it even more violently than if it was perfectly flat. So in that case, it actually broke the drive shaft. And even with all that force going into the Spikestrip, if we wanted to, we could still make it flat again. But it's a lot easier just to respawn it if you want it in the exact same spot. So now let's have a little bit of fun. We're going to start off by spawning a mid-range bolide, which will be the car driven by the AI. And then I am going to be driving a Grand Marshal Police package. I'll chase them around for a bit, and then I'll eventually just dump a Spikestrip in front of them and see what happens. So to control the AI, we're going to just go ahead, pull open the menu over here, go to apps, hit the plus, go to the search, just type in AI, find AI control, place that anywhere on the screen, like maybe about there, and then we'll tell them to flee. And we'll just see which way they go. Looks like they're going to go straight ahead. Oh no! See, sometimes it does catch going in that direction. We'll just quickly reset the car and try to catch up onto them. Now, unfortunately, we're going in the opposite direction that we would want to go for the Spikestrip to work. So we're going to have to just be patient until they do like a 180. And then once they do that, we could actually set up the Spikestrip. I mean, there's other ways we could do it, but that's probably going to be the easiest way. Now, once they go around this corner up here, we should be ready to spike them. Actually, what we could do, set up the Spikestrip right now. I see no reason why not to, so we'll grab the Spikestrip, go over to about here because I want them to have some speed going into this. Place it here. Yeah, that's not the angle I thought it would be at all. How about we place it here, and that is pretty much centered in the road, so I don't think they'll be able to avoid it. And then we will continue to chase them. Whoa, what are they doing? Ow! Hey, you idiot! I know there's a Spikestrip up ahead, but that doesn't mean you could do that. I guess because the game thought I was the Spikestrip just for a second, it did that. So let's see. Come on. Yeah, that's how you do it. Oh, well, I got myself too, but yeah, the power of Spikestrips. That was awesome. Let's do that again. We'll just reset the cars over here though. That way we get a different environment to look at because I don't want to be driving the exact same place twice. So we'll put like so. And we should be able to just go ahead and start chasing them for a bit. Figure out what orientation I'm gonna need. It looks like we're gonna need to go to the right eventually somehow. It's gonna be a while before that happens. I mean, we could try doing it from an awkward angle and just see what happens as well. It's definitely not going to work out as well as the first one, which worked out perfectly. But it might work. You never know. Go right, good. Left is a dead end. I'm all looking at the map like, you better not make any dumb errors up there. So I'm pretty sure at this point it would be a terrible, terrible angle for the spike strip, but we'll make sure real quickly just by putting it up there. Yep, that's like, wait. Oh, that's a perfect angle. Awesome. All right, we'll move it up just a bit, like to about there, and that should work. So we'll go back to the police car. They're going to slow down because I was temporarily the spike strip, so keep going, keep going, keep going, and hit those spikes. Perfect. We stopped the criminal. Although I could have stopped him when I changed vehicles just from confusing them, but still, the spike strip worked perfectly to stop their car. So now I'm going to go ahead and swap the map because I want to try something kind of dumb, and that requires a big area. So we're just going to go to grid small pure. And actually, there's two dumb things we're going to try. So the first thing we're going to try is driving the Blaz over the spike strip and seeing if it does anything to this thing's absolutely massive tires. I don't even know if these tires can become deflated, to be honest with you, but let's just see what happens for fun anyways. So spawn up the spike strip, put it way in front of this thing. We'll go about to here because I want to make sure it's able to get up to speed, and we'll have to make sure it's flat, and then let's try driving over it. So we hit it at about probably at least 30 miles per hour. I gave it a lot of room to make sure we got it at a good speed. Although it's not exactly the easiest thing to make sure the tires are aligned. You have to zoom out a bit to actually see that. There we go. That looks pretty good. All right, so Blaz don't care. It don't care at all. In fact, it actually crushed the spike strip. It is so heavy, it crushed it. Okay, so the next thing I want to try is hitting the spike strip at a really high rate of speed. So let's just go ahead and grab the drag bar stow, and we're going to back it up a bit, and then we'll crash into the spike strip. Ow. That is a very violent spawning, wasn't it? So back it up all the way to there. We should be able to go at least 100 miles per hour, if not significantly more from this distance. And significantly more it is. All right, this time we'll pop some slow-mo onto this so you can see what the spike strip's actually doing to a car in slow motion, although it's at a really high rate of speed. So right there, pop those tires, no problem. Rear tires got lucky. I think we were going so fast when it popped those front tires, it grabbed it hard, which just put very little weight on the rears, which allowed it to clear it like that. So we can keep driving technically, but it's not controllable. Like if I hit go left, we're not going to really go left. And kind of interestingly, that one actually just basically tore the tires completely off. We were going so fast. Normally, we'd be going slower and it would just damage the tire. That one, tire is gone. So this time we'll hit it at a reasonable speed, like criminal trying to escape on the highway type speeds. And we do have kind of a weird tire setup too, so that might contribute to some of the oddities on how it works. But there we go. Ho! That one worked pretty much as expected, except for the fact that the tire just got torn off and flew away like that. And I guess the reason that happened is the tires are extra wide in the back to put down all that power, which caused it to be able to grab it more than the front tire, so it really yanked them. So that gives me one more idea for a test. What if we use a T-Series on this thing that has the T75, so it has all the extra tires that we can possibly get, and see what happens when we try to go over it with that. I would assume it'll get spiked just like any other vehicle, but I do want to make sure. So we should be able to hit this again at a pretty decent speed. Not going to be as fast as the last one, but it'll be up there. This thing pollutes hard when you floor it, though. I just thought about that. Like, this is a lot of smoke coming out this thing. Oh, I forgot to reset the spike strip. That was almost bad. Interesting. The rear tires totally cleared it, but the front didn't. Let's try that again. Like I said, sometimes vehicles are just able to clear it for no real reason besides luck. I'm going to try that one more time and see if that was luck or if having the dual configuration of wheels in the rear is some secret strategy to be able to clear the spike strip. No problem. If so, that's going to give the cops some issues. Although the Balahs would also give them some issues. That would give them some serious issues. I mean, they might as well call in the tanks to stop that thing, and I want to make sure that thing is perfectly reset for this, just in case. There we go. That's more of what you would expect. Maybe it just didn't stabilize entirely when the vehicle hit it. And right there, it destroyed it so bad we had to reset the vehicle because the vehicle was considered unstable. That gives me one more idea I actually want to test though. What happens when you bring a car with a trailer over the Spikestrip? So we'll just grab an off-road pickup so that way we have something that has more than enough pickup. You see what I did there? To get to the Spikestrip at a good speed with a trailer attached. So we'll put tow hitch and then small flatbed trailer. And we just start accelerating and then we'll hit it at probably about highway speeds. Get a little bit of slow-mo going so you can see what's going on. Destruction, destruction, and the trailer don't even get there. Okay, well that was not what was supposed to happen. It ruined my truck so hard, it messed up the test. Like, I wanted the trailer to hit the Spikestrip, not my truck hit it so hard the trailer can't. Try that again. There we go. Oh, it took the trailer off. See, that's what I wanted it to do from the start. Ha! My truck's all up on 2 wheels. Or is it 3? I guess that wheel is still on the ground technically, isn't it? It just didn't look like it was. Anyways, I think that covers pretty much everything I can think of to do with the Spikestrip at the moment. If there's anything you guys would like to see done with the Spikestrip, do leave a comment because it feels like there's a lot of things that could be done with this. And I'm just kind of overlooking some pretty obvious things because this video was a lot shorter than I expected it to be. By the way, there's what happens when you drop it on a car. It is very heavy. It will destroy the cars. Oh, I forgot leap of death. I mean, yeah, it's totally stupid, but you can drop this down, leap of death, now that I think about it. So let's just go ahead and do that real quickly. Now, obviously, you can't do brutal slope. You can't. It doesn't make sense. There's no way. Swap the truck for a Spikestrip, and I just now noticed, actually, that the road on this map is actually on the mini-map. That's cool. Anyways, we're going to just bring the Spikestrip to about here. Like, let's say it went off the top of the uppermost jump somehow and then went straight down. Now, honestly, this just might glitch out and freeze. I don't know. Or it actually might work. If it works, that's great. Here's the hard impact. It worked. No complaints about that. Oh, it's still going. All right, keep going then. Can it get to the bottom? What if it touches water, actually? Like, why would you need a Spikestrip underwater? Yeah, I don't have an answer for that. But some things used to glitch out when you would touch the water. Especially the things that would do weird things. Like helicopters, those would glitch out real bad when you touch the water. And I'm just going to the right a bunch. Hopefully we're close enough to the water where it'll be able to bounce into it from here. Oh, the camera's spazzing out a little bit. Come on, camera. You got it. You got it. Still not quite there. Okay, but we're closer. We're close enough where I could tell when it's actually over the water without overshooting it a bunch. That's a good thing. And I was actually pretty close to the water. So let's see. Does it? It goes in the water perfectly fine. All right. So anyways, that will do it. Till next time, this has been WhyBeAre. I'll see ya. Bonus scene!